What's good, y'all? It's Jay Coffee Talk. Tapping back in with another one, y'all. We got some news here. I thought the 40 Glock WACK100 situation had kind of fizzled out. Like, obviously, I'm not trying to say I thought they squashed the issue, squashed the beef. We know these two dudes fucking hate each other. You know what I'm saying? Arch nemesis type ish. And the history of their interaction with each other on a level where they were cool or where they had beef. And, there's just so much that has gone on in the timeline between these guys and with the game. But for the most part, I thought it had died down. You know what I'm saying? Around Christmas time, we saw 40 Glock and Whack go like actually tap in on Clubhouse and have a conversation. Whack 100 was very strategical with that, as always. As I always point out to y'all, pay attention. Whack heavily invested in this Clubhouse. You know what I'm saying? Has some kind of interest in it. I don't know if he owns a percentage or what the deal is. My bad, y'all. But he's definitely heavily interested in the app. He's active on it. Very strategical, tapping in with a lot of different rooms. You know what I'm saying? They're happy to rock with Whack as they're like, yo, we're kind of plugged into the industry now. And then Whack's kind of, able to pump a lot of narratives and stuff like that. And Whack, as I always stated, y'all, he's involved with the blogs and stuff like that behind like sites like Shade Room and ish like that. You know what I'm saying? Like Whack thinks about a chain of events when he does things like, yo, if we create this storyline, then this happens and that. And when I'm saying that, I'm not saying it pertaining to what's going on with 40 Glock here. I'm just pointing it out. You know what I'm saying? The game trying to resurrect his career from the gutter right now. That's a whole nother story, but y'all know the way the game's career went. And, that's something we'll talk about other videos. But the reason I'm bringing it up is because I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised to see as Game has this new track with Kanye, Easy, that's been charting, you know what I'm saying, production on it from Hit Boy, DJ Premier. Supposedly Hit Boy's supposed to do the whole Drillmatic album, which I'm, surprised to see at this course in the Game's career where everything's kind of went, that he still can get that kind of production on the track. But my reason of bringing that up is because I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised to start seeing a lot of headlines regarding the game. You know what I'm saying? Like Shade Room and those different sites that do a lot of news stories. You feel me? Wax. He's got a lot of things. He's got a lot of irons in the fire at all times. You got to pay attention to the way he moves. You know what I mean? We'll talk more about that on another video. But anyways, they, back then, 40 Glock, R.I.P. Draco the Ruler, the once upon a time in L.A. Melee had happened. Very sad situation. Draco was killed. A lot of ish went down. But before the news of Draco passing away came out, 40 Glock was hitting the net talking about, yo, Whack got aired the fuck out at the concert on stage or something like that. They started going back and forth. They ended up doing a Clubhouse together. 40 was originally reluctant to get on there with Whack. But Whack, once again, very strategical, had a lawyer on there to kind of sway the conversation Whack's way. You know what I'm saying? Like, and a lot of people still believing that tape was not edited. That's wild to me, y'all. Like, as I always point out, y'all, I'm a fan of hip hop and stuff like that. I blog on the different content and stuff that I'm tapped into and all that. And I'm not a street guy. I always point that out regarding this situation with the lawsuit. If you think 40 Glock's a snitch or not. But one thing that was wild to me was that WACK 100 was literally saying, yo, that tape wasn't edited. Like, come on, y'all. If anyone has eyes, can see that tape was edited. But anyways, all that transpires. Everything goes down. They have that back and forth. The attorney is on there basically saying, 40 Glock, it don't matter if it was a lawsuit or not. You're a snitch. Whether there was a criminal complaint involved in it or not, which there wasn't, 40's a rat. And, like I said, very strategical by WACK 100. Well, now all of a sudden, here we are. This is what? 9 hours ago, 40 and WACK are going at it, going back and forth again. You see, he throws up this post here. It says, in the report, the girlfriend claims Glock strangled her twice more before falling asleep, at which point she snuck away and called 911. When cops arrived, officers noticed bruising and swelling all over her face and significant bruising to her throat. consistent with strangulation injuries. 40 Glock, reportedly a member of the Crips, was arrested as he tried to drive away from the house. The woman then told police Glock had been abusing her for more than a year, once handcuffing her and locking her in the trunk of his car. Damn, 40 Glock. I will point out before I continue on, I believe in the end, 40 Glock was cleared of these charges, beat this case. You know what I'm saying? Was found innocent. But let's continue on. The woman then told, and I believe he was out on bail for this case, this domestic case, when that whole situation happened with the game, if I'm not mistaken. And I believe that's why 40 Glock was saying he wasn't strapped, that he had this case at the time, and he couldn't, and like take the chance of being knocked with a burner while out on that bail. Because if I remember correctly as well, he had his bail revoked, had to put up more money a couple times. But in the end, I believe this case was indeed dismissed. So it says the woman then told police Glock had, we already read that, handcuffing her in the trunk of his car, but she was too afraid to go to police, fearing he would kill her. Glock was taken to a nearby jail where he was charged with 3 counts of domestic battery by strangulation and coercion with force. WACK puts this up and says, 40 Glock, we want answers, protect our woman against this behavior. So hit the comments, y'all. What do you guys think about this? Do you believe 40 Glock did do this? As I stated, he did beat the case, but let's see what they're talking about here. This ain't it, y'all. They going at each other heavy on this. This guy commented and said, man, you can't ask for answers and be the game's manager. Game got the same alleged claims. So does your man QC. Tag Trey songs too. Call it even on all ends. So damn, this guy saying, yeah, man, what's that all about? This guy says, you smoking crack, bro. Game ain't got no charges like that. What the fuck? The internet isn't just there for nothing. Do them damn Googles before you speak. And this guy says, he lost the civil suit for actual assault, goof. Go look it up. She sued him and won. So this guy responds and says, because she won doesn't mean it happened. You do know why she won, right? He didn't show up and asked to postpone the court date. I don't know that that's true. I know in the beginning the game didn't show up, and she won the what's it called, like the default judgment. But then I believe they did fight. I don't know. That's the same thing he did with the 40 Glock case. Like originally he didn't show up. You know, I'm no attorney, you feel me? But anyone facing civil suits, don't do what the game does, or any court hearings. Don't not show up. That's not the way to play it. The game's done that numerous times, and we see where he's at this stage, man. All these different people, because there's a cop, off-duty cop that sued him, for games snuffing them when they were playing ball. There's a few other situations that we could go on and on about. And, here he is now having to cook the books. Everyone's trying to take the income he gets, the revenue, and he's putting things in WACK100's name. And you want to talk about that extortion tactics going on. That's a whole nother story. But anyways, he throws that up. Then here's another article. 40 Glock is finally on the path to putting his prostitution ring bust behind him, and the first step is checking into jail to serve his sentence nearly 3 years after his arrest. The rapper turned himself into Blue Earth County Jail on June 30th in Minnesota, where he'll do a year behind bars after pleading guilty to 1 count of promoting prostitution of an individual, according to court docs. Please remember this face. Protect our woman. 40 Glock. We want answers. Tune in to Clubhouse today. Now, this is the bid that 40 Glock just came home on. As I stated, that DV case, share your thoughts on that. He did indeed beat that case, right? But in this situation, this was wild. And 40 Glock, as we saw that we tip paperwork that came out, as he alleged when he was beefing with the game, it was wild. The lawsuits going on. These two are dissing each other on social media, trolling each other. They're going to court for the civil suit, and the judge is like, yo, what in the fuck is going on with y'all? Like, he could sense the messiness of the whole situation. But in the midst of all it, 40 Glock ends up catching this promoting prostitution case. Now, There's a lot you can go check out regarding that, as I stated before in other videos. Doc Hicks. Shout out Doc Hicks, very successful, individual in this YouTube blog game. Has some great interviews up with 40 Glock where they really speak on all this. You know what I'm saying? He's the one that exposed the whole situation, where WACK100 paid 40 Glock a lot more money than he was talking about. You know what I mean? He exposed a lot of the inconsistencies with receipts and audio to back it all up. Now, 40 Glock ends up having this prostitution case. It strung on for many years. More or less, the allegations was he went out to like some Mayberry type county in Minnesota to pimp this girl. In the end, it's wild because the girl who was said to be the prostitute and all this, you know, um, her case was dismissed. So 40 Glock tried to beat the case on the grounds of saying, well, yo, if you throw out the prostitution case, how can you convict me of promoting prostitution if there was no prostitution going down? You know what I'm saying? The girl reportedly ended up being with an undercover cop. I don't know. It's a whole mess. Maybe we should do a video detailing all that. But 40 Glock intended to fight this case, takes a plea, ends up wanting to take the plea back, and comes home recently and is on felony probation. I don't know, man. Like, is that what 40 was really doing? Pimping off the internet? And I'll tell you, too, um, Game and them were dissing 40 during this whole time on social media, saying shit like, yo, you bum living in motel rooms, pimping hoes on Craigslist and stuff like that. And 40 Glock always alleged between that and that we tip paperwork that they are the ones that put the police on them. But what do y'all think about this one, y'all? Like, what was he doing going out there to Minnesota? You know what I mean? And how do y'all feel about that whole pimp game? You know what I'm saying? It's the streets is a dirty place. Obviously, we know a lot of flucked up ish goes down. But 40 Glock has always maintained he wasn't pimping, but he did cop out and take a plea on this one. He kept saying shortly before, I remember when like the sentencing date was pending, he kept talking about, yo, I should have took it to trial, but ultimately the years that he was looking at scared him, I believe, is what it really was. You know what I mean? But and another interesting thing about that case, right, was it didn't really hit the media like that. Like when TMZ picked up the story, like what's the date on this? Oh, you can't see the date. But when they picked up the story and it started getting out there, right, the case was old. Like he had been arrested for a while, and 40 Glock had just kept it on the low. He alleged that the game and Whack tapped in with that girl. Do you guys remember that girl Roxy? You know what I'm saying? Her and 40 used to go at it on social media, and she was cool with the game. So he was always alleging that they're the ones that tipped TMZ off with this whole situation. But like I said, the girl that was supposedly pimp, or I guess 40 Glock taking the plea says he did pimp her. Her case was thrown out. I don't know, man. Like, what kind? This was wild, man. You got cats that were like, yo, you were working with Mobb Deep. You were working with G Unit. You were working with 50 Cent. You were buzzing like crazy all over the internet at one point. Like the early, I don't know, what do you want to call it? Vlog era or whatever, where we started seeing rappers pick up the camera and take us, show us more of what their everyday life is like, or things of that nature, taking us to their hood and stuff like that. 40 Glock was one of the first cats out here doing this, but all in all, he fumbled the bag, if you ask me, because when you had all that going on and then you end up catching cases for pimping hoes on Craigslist, like, damn, 40, you know what I mean? So, once again, before you move on, DV case he beat. Prostitution case he didn't beat. So continue on, and here he goes again. Join us on Clubhouse today, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, in the 100 ENT showroom. 40 Glock, we need answers. Protect our women. You see, it's talking about X trafficking, paperwork reading on 40 Glock serves time in Midwest for X trafficking. 40 Glock, I thought you were a rapper. People like this should be banned from Clubhouse. We need to protect our women. So, anyone who tapped into this, hit the comments and let me know what y'all thought of this whole show, this whole situation, and what y'all think of that uh, lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? The streets and the pimping and all that. Like, real talk. There's a lot of taken type ish going on. Where women are held against their will, trafficked, and things of that nature. 40 Glock has always tried to maintain and say, yo, this girl was my homegirl. I just rode out to Minnesota to chill with her. You know what I mean? But let's continue on here. It's the what 40 Glock was talking about. So it starts here. My bad, y'all. Oh, here we go. I don't know why he's got a video on this because there doesn't seem to be any audio or any sound. It says original audio. I think he uploaded this flucked up, but he says, we want answers. Everyone come join the cage on Clubhouse. So now 40's pushing his own Clubhouse room and tune in. Let's go beast mode while we show Wax wife, she boss, law enforcement paperwork and talk about how he is affiliated with rapists, predators, pedos, and snitches and informants. It's going down. See y'all on Clubhouse at 2 p.m. So let's see what people are talking about in the comments here. Get him, 40. Damn. Wack took it past fighting when he turned down the fade and said he paid to have 40 clapped. Y'all witnessing the art of war. Yo, that was wild. I couldn't believe when I heard that, okay? If you guys remember some years back, what I want to say 2017, 2018, 40 Glock goes back around the way, his neighborhood or whatever, right, to go to a funeral. At the funeral, he gets clapped, okay? After the 40 Glock game situation, Wack and them, went and tapped in with some cats from 40 Glock's hood. 40 Glock has stated in the past that he saw the game one time after the whole situation went down, right? And he said it was in his own hood where Game was dapping up some of his homies and it's like that. And they were cool. And, they ended up at the Blazer Cup or something like that. He ended up bringing two of the OGs from 40 Wack and Game, fresh off coming from Miami where Wack knocked out Stitches. They're out there in the IE doing a show at that Blazer Cup or whatever, and they got the two OGs from 40 Glock's hood on stage with him. So as you see, someone just said the art of war. Um, this ish is way beyond some just regular rap beef. This ish is deep. You know what I'm saying? Because he's more or less flunking with people from 40 Glock's hood. Where he's 40's kind of already in a sense, I don't want to say outcasted from his hood and act like I know the politics going on out there. Once again, Jay Coffee Talk is simply an internet nerd, you know what I mean? But I know there's definitely some cats from 40 Glock's hood that, 40 will describe them as his ex-big homies that be dissing him but fluck with Wack. At the same time, what was I going to say? While 40 Glock was in the hospital during that whole situation on life support, like it was bad. He got blasted at close range, I believe. WACK100 was on the internet, you know what I'm saying, putting up posts like, yo, nurse, put some rat poison in this guy's IV. Like this shit goes really, really deep. Well, when he did that live around Christmas time after 40 was alleging that WACK100 was jumped and was beat up at the what's it called, Once Upon a Time in LA show, uh Wack was talking about yo, that ish was crazy. He was like, yo, 40, tell him what happened at the funeral. He said, yo, I patted you on the back. You know what I'm saying? Giving y'all that wink, wink, nod, nod, that he was behind the situation of 40 getting blasted. That was crazy to me that he did that right on Clubhouse, And, that being said, and a lot of the other stuff we see going on, like for real, y'all, this ish with 40 Glock, um, these are some wild allegations against him. I truly want to know what you guys think about that. And then on a separate note, with WACK, like, there's definitely some funny style stuff going on that definitely makes him seem like the feds or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, just the way he's moving. We've highlighted it and spoke on it many times on many episodes. Like, this whole situation is crazy. But she boss WACK 100's wife, 40 Glock, has been claiming for years that she was a probation officer, that one of his homies had her as a PO. So, yeah, man, this shit really is the art of war. You know what I'm saying? The way it's went, the way he tapped in with people from 40 Glock's hood, like, this beef is just simply wild, y'all. Oh, let's see. LOL, you and WACK 100 kill me. LOL, you guys like two little kids arguing. Just get in the ring and bang it out. Put some money up. I want to see a fight. Who agree with me? What does this person say? Man, two grown-ass men twice my age on the internet arguing like teenage females. Either fight or leave it alone. Ain't no in-between. I don't know why there's no audio playing. But anyways, here we go. Here's the last post up. This is where Kimberly Jones. We want answers. She boss has a law enforcement badge. Everyone tune into Clubhouse at 2 p.m. in the room called The Cage. We go in beast mode. Tag that rat. Let's see if anyone tagged WACK. So I'll say this right now, y'all. As I stated, every day, all kinds of issues going down on Clubhouse from WACK 100. You know what I'm saying? Arguing with gangbangers from out there on the West Coast, dudes from New York. Pressing Roddy Rich if he's really from his hood or he's real or not. Like, it's just wild where we're at in 2022. You know what I'm saying? On this hip hop space with all this drama. You know what I mean? Like, WACK knows controversy sells. He likes to control narratives, and what he's done strategically on Clubhouse is wild, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, for real. Every day when you tap in on YouTube, how much ish do you see of sound bites and clips from WACK on Clubhouse? But what do we got here? Kimberly Jones, police detective. I don't really know what this is from. But I've heard this for quite some time, and 40 Glock not the only the individual saying that she boss is indeed a PO or something like that. But I wouldn't call this actual like receipts here. But yeah, let's see what people said. This guy says, "Wow, damn, that's crazy. Shit, 40 back at it. No wonder WACK knows everyone business and some. Yikes." We got a response to that. This dude's like, whatever. I mean, listen, this isn't like 40 Glock isn't the only one who said this. This has been a long-standing rumor that she boss WACK 100's wife is a police officer or a probation officer or something like that in law enforcement. But I will say what 40 Glock has posted here isn't receipts in my opinion, man. But this is just wild, man. What else we got? How is she boss a civilian in this convo though? Damn, this is crazy, bro. WACK posting you trying to wreck your name. Someone says you posting this is rat behavior. Real talk though, this is someone said the art of war. Truly between these two individuals, like these dudes are at war, man. Like this is just crazy. And now, hit the comments, y'all. Let me know what you think about this. What do you think about what WACK was posting about 40 Glock's cases? You know what I'm saying? Do you think he's a foul, fucked up individual? What do you think about what 40 Glock has to say about WACK here? What do you think about this whole Clubhouse takeover? Like, this ish is crazy the way it goes on Clubhouse. Like, after 40 Glock reemerged on the scene and did that Clubhouse convo with WACK with the attorney on there. Remember, she was like, "Oh, it's a civil case. The judge is an officer of the court, and you're talking about you got jumped, so you're a snitch, whether or not you put a case on the game." Like, that whole situation was crazy. But after that, 40 Glock is stuck around and tapped into a lot of different Clubhouse rooms and whatnot. And I don't know. Here we are. You know what I'm saying? Clubhouse wars between Clubhouse 100 and 40 Glock What do y'all think about this, man? 2022, look where we're at. This it's just wild, man. But jump in the comments. I want to hear your thoughts on this whole situation, everything we touched on. It's Coffee signing out. Make sure to sub to the channel, hit the notification bell. Content dropping every day.